In today's video, we're talking about Eric Chelle and his unveiling by the NFF finally, and as well we'll be talking about Enzo Maresca, Chelsea, and the Bournemouth game. So let's go straight into it. So in today's press conference, I know Enzo Maresca was asked about Renato Veiga leaving, the whole Dortmund thing. He said Renato Veiga at the minute is still a Chelsea player, and Renato Veiga has done a good job for Chelsea playing in a variety of positions. Now that's fine to say, but the one issue I've had with Enzo Maresca and how he's used Renato Veiga is when there has been that opening for Veiga to play, especially in the Premier League, he hasn't been given the opportunity to play. We've had Gusto play at left back, with Harvey James play at left back as well, which for any player that wouldn't sit right with you. Can you imagine if you're hired as a software or IT engineer, and then you're the deputy in the team, you're the second in the team, and then what happens is they bring a civil engineer to do your job when the number one person isn't available? You wouldn't be happy now, would you? So for me, I would like Veiga to stay or to go on loan in the worst case scenario, because I think he can contribute a lot to Chelsea. Also, Enzo Maresca talked about, Rich James, that Rich James can play a number of positions on the field, and he isn't too keen, on fullbacks that do this two-way thing where they go back and forth. They play in the defensive half as right backs and then push up to provide width for the team. That is not a fan of that sort of play. Now there are two things that could be happening here. It could be being completely honest and saying, okay, just doing that for the cameras, doing that for the media, giving them something to write about, as Jose Mourinho used to do. If it's not, if that's what he's doing, then that's fine by me, no worries. But if he's actually serious about it, then that means he's taking a key aspect of Rich James' game. I know people are trying to say, or try to preserve him, try to keep Rich James fit, don't want him working too much. Then you can do load shedding, you could do game management, where he plays one game, doesn't play midweek, and then plays in the weekend, or plays midweek and doesn't play on the weekend, and then you protect him that way. But if you're saying Rich James shouldn't be bombing forward and putting those crosses into the box, then you are indeed, stifling not only Rich James but also the team. Because when you're playing with inverted wingers, as Chelsea does for most of the time, it means your wingers are not giving you the width in terms of providing crosses. They stretch the team, but they always cut inside to take on shots and give you in swingers, but they don't give you that out swinging cross that your number 9 would thrive on. So if you're then saying your fullbacks must be in the midfield or shouldn't be doing their two-way function, then you're taking away from what Gusto can provide, from what Rhys James can provide, and Cucurella as well can provide. So I think we're probably just saying it for the camera, saying it for the media, and let them have something to write their papers about. And then talking about Bournemouth, talking about, Bournemouth, the way they press, they're a very high pressing team. Now, I'm glad he mentioned that because sometimes it seems that modern coaches don't realize that teams press. But it's one thing to mention it, but it's another thing in the game to take advantage of it. Now, if you keep playing out with those short passes out from the back, then you're going to put yourself in trouble. A team like Bournemouth, they're high press, they win the possession, and you're in trouble, they get a goal. Now that's on the one side. Now, how do you take advantage of the high pressing? You should be ready to go long. 2 quick passes and you go long. Now, is Enzo Maresca going to do that in the game versus Bournemouth? I'm not quite sure, because I think they'll still be passing out from the back, short intricate pass from the back, and that's always been my problem. I don't have an issue with playing out from the back per se, but it's how you play out from the back, is when you play out from the back. I know we've heard this saying, when you say read the room, that you read the field, you read the play, you read the position of the opponent. You don't have to have the defenders sitting on your head before you decide to pass the ball. That's my opinion. I think that's a game that Chelsea should be able to win and should be winning. No excuses about that to get Chelsea back, to winning ways. And it's a Stamford Bridge as well, so that's a game that Chelsea should win. But later on, I'll be giving a more detailed pre-match sort of review, pre-match preview of the game. So just hold on for that video. While you're here, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to notify each time I go on live on the channel. And then I'll be moving on to the next topic, which is Eric Chelle. Finally, he has been unveiled. He has been unveiled, as the new head coach of the Nigerian Super Eagles. Great news. Let's see what he does. I'm excited to see his first call-up, his first list of players that he looks to invite to, play at the upcoming World Cup qualifying game. So let's see how that goes. So nice to see him. I know I've made a couple of videos about, players that can have an impact for him, new players that he should be looking, to invite as well. So you can check out those videos as well. And there's a player I've just seen a couple of videos of, Arabian Purple. So put a pin that player and look out for him and try to know about that player as well. Now, I know I've had in the comments people have been, trying to correct my pronunciation of Tolu, Akorodare, Arokodare. Yes, Arokodare. Tolu Arokodare. I'm sure this this pronunciation is the right one. Arokodare. Tolu Arokodare. And in the comments as well, people have said Arokodare isn't up to the standard for a Nigerian Super Eagles. I'm like, what do you mean? How do you mean? He's contributed 17 goals this season, goals and assists this season. So you can't tell me he's not Super Eagles level. We have Victor Osimhen, we have Boniface, and then who else? Talking about Gift Orban. Yeah, Gift Orban is good, very good as well. He just made his move to Hoffenheim. He's very good. But that's not to tell me that Tolu, Akorodare isn't, isn't up to the level for the Super Eagles. I find that difficult to believe. He is up to the level to play for the Super Eagles, and it is always good to have, multiple talents, to have a variety of talents, to have different profile of players, especially attacking players, So, and for instance, and also you need to start shedding off players like Iheanacho. It's time to start shedding off players like Iheanacho. And when he scored his first goal in 2 seasons, or in this season for Nottingham Forest, so maybe he comes and makes that list. Now, speaking on Eric Chelle and the NFF, I want the NFF to allow this guy to make his selection. I want the NFF to allow this guy to come up with his own list, so he would live and or die by the list, by the people he's invited. I don't want the NFF putting names there that shouldn't be there. What the NFF should concern themselves with is ensuring that players are available, to ensuring that they help quicken, any naturalization process or switching of allegiance process of any player that they're looking to get to join the Nigerian football, to join the Nigerian Super Eagles, for instance, like Noah Sternberg and other players like that, like Samuel Edozie. That's what they should be concerned with, making sure any player, the manager, the coach, Eric Chelle wants to join the Super Eagles are available, but not to put names ahead of him to say, oh, we want this person to be there. We want this person to be there for experience, because experience that doesn't show anything on the field is of no value, in my opinion. So, the likes of Iheanacho, I don't want to see them. All due respect, he's done so well for the Super Eagles, and I give him credit, I give him praise. But right now, he's not doing that great. And in football, you must update your resume every day, every hour you're playing. You must update your resume. You can't use what you've done 5 years ago to, gain a spot on the team today. You must update your resume every day, as often as possible, in my opinion. Now, there's something I want to discuss as well, and this is about one of the talents that I mentioned that should be invited to Nigerian Super Eagles, and that's Ebenezer Akinsanmiro. He's registered to Inter Milan, but currently plays on loan at Serie B side Sampdoria. Now, whilst playing, I think they took up the lead as Sampdoria took the lead, we're leading with goal to nil. And the fans of Brescia began to chant, make racist chants, make monkey noises, you know, at the player. And what did he do? He didn't do anything insulting to them. Rather, he celebrated in a way to say, okay, this thing you're trying to use as a negative for me, I will use it as a positive and celebrate it. But what happened? The referee, booked him, yellow card, booked him, said he was inciting the crowd, and then he was subbed off. Now, I've seen some comments where people are saying, oh, he should be humble. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play for this club. What are you talking about? These players earn good money, but they don't earn the money because they want to be insulted or they want to be racially abused. And they also make money for these clubs because when the players perform on the pitch, it attracts the attention of media houses that pay exorbitant sums to the league organizing bodies, and in turn, the clubs as well get a lot of money in return. So these clubs aren't doing charity for these players. And that aside, there is no excuse for racism. Racism is never accepted. No to racism. But I want to say something different. I want to give a solution to racism because each time it comes up, oh, the team is banned for, that are forced to play indoors for a couple of games, and and after a while, the fans return to the stadium, and it goes on business as usual. Now, for me, I think black players, whether you're African, whether you're Caribbean, you know, um, whether you're Nigerian, Ghanaian, Cameroonian, wherever you are, you're from Canada, you're from the UK, as long as you are black, I think this is a solution because I'm always of the mind that the way to stop racism in sports and in football is to affect the money. What you should do, a group of black players can come together, set up a company, and create and register a trademark because you can register not only graphically visible items as trademark, but you can also register sounds as trademark. Go on and register the chants, the monkey noises as trademarks. And then you register the physical representation of your monkey, the gestures as trademarks. And you earn good enough money because some of them earn 5,000, 10,000, depending on level of play. 20,000 euros, some of them 100,000 euros, some of them 200 million, 200 million, 200,000 pounds, a week, 150,000 euros a week. You come together and then you register in all the possible classes, in all the possible classes, the sound as a trademark. And therefore, you then would then have the authority to allow anybody use your trademark, which would include the sound. And when any club, when any set of fans do that chant, that racist chant, what you do is you sue the club for unauthorized use of your trademark. And when you sue them, and when they pay €1 million, €2 million, €5 million, then they will take immediate steps to ensure not that racism stops, but to ensure that they stop paying that money. And consequentially, that means that they will do steps to ensure that those racist chants stop. That's a solution that I think football players should think about. I think that's a solution to think about. Because as it is right now, if you don't affect the money in football, a lot of things just keep going. But if teams realize that for all these racist chants that fans do, that people always like to see a tiny minority for what they do, you know, they are losing money for it. Actions will be taken, real actions will be taken to stop all this racist bull jive, in my opinion. So at this time, I've come to the end of this video. Uh, Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. I've really, really been happy and been, elated by this how this subscriber count has grown. The likes, the comments, really do appreciate you. Keep it coming, and I'll be having a live show, as well this week, and you can all join in the chat. We'll have a lovely discussion. So at this point, we've come to the end of today's video. Do have an amazing rest of your day, and keep being safe and keep doing good.